Remember telling yourself, hey, this is now too much, and agreeing with everyone else that this wasn't a big deal? That was the moment of self abandonment that you chose just to fit in and belong to the people around you. You might believe you can win in life living like this, but you will never be able to win if you keep choosing to abandon your own emotions and intuitions just to look good in front of everyone else around you. See, every replay in your head is simply your mind bringing back good experiences and bad experiences. That's completely normal. The problem comes when you refuse to recognize a bad experience that actually made you feel hurt, and instead you try to cover that bad experience with self-abandonment. Maybe I'm just overthinking. I think I'm taking it too seriously. I reacted too much. Or I shouldn't bother by these things. The moment you say those sentences, you stop acknowledging your own emotions. So your mind keeps bringing them back, hoping you will finally pay attention to it and resolve the cause and your reaction towards it. I started noticing this in my own life. I was replaying a conversation thinking I was just trying to understand what the other person mean. But after a point, I realized that the problem was never what the other person did. It was always how I ignored my own emotional reaction towards it. I started asking myself, why did I agree when I wanted to disagree? Why did I stayed when I actually wanted to leave that place immediately? Why did I keep the conversation comfortable when I was the one who was feeling uncomfortable? And that's when I realized that a replay of conversation isn't really about the other person. It's about how I treat my emotional reactions and what it shows about my relationship with myself while that conversation was happening. See, you were there. You experienced it and you had your own intuitions about what was happening. But instead of trusting your own intuitions, you started trying to understand what everyone else in the room would agree with. And the moment you realized they wouldn't agree with your reaction, you started changing your own understanding of what happened. That's the exact moment you lost your self trust. Your experiences are supposed to be your own understanding of life. It means your wins, your failures, your mistakes, your relationships, your decisions, your emotions, and even the situation where you completely get it wrong are all giving you information about the life you are living. But when you keep replacing your own emotions and feelings with other people, with what they think and say about your experience, you start to live life by self doubt. And self doubt will never let you build self trust until you choose to fight back. It means being willing to experience your own decisions and accept whatever comes from them. Just make sure that your experience of life only belongs to you. That's the part of life we miss when we become so afraid of making a mistake that we forget that getting things wrong is also a part of actual living. You don't need someone else's life to become proof of what you live. You need to live your own life enough to create your own experiences, make your own decisions, face your own consequences, and lead by your own lessons. Your mind is constantly collecting your experiences and trying to make sense of the life you are living. And the more honest you start looking at your own experiences instead of judging yourself for having them, the more clearly you understand yourself. That is when you move from self doubt to self trust. You start living by your own experiences, and that's what coming back to yourself is all about. It means becoming the person who is willing to experience your own life fully instead of constantly stepping outside of you to check whatever you experienced is correct or not. Because at the end of the day, this is your life, your choices, your emotions, your intuitions, your consequences, and you deserve to actually live them. So the next time you find yourself replaying a conversation in your head, don't immediately try to stop thinking about it. Instead, ask yourself, is it a missed emotion behind what happened? and just allow it to pass through you. Because once you acknowledge what happened inside you, you can finally decide what you want to do with it. You can now set a new boundary so you won't have to repeat it. You can have a conversation with the person who made it worse for you unintentionally. Or sometimes you can simply accept that it happened and move forward with a better understanding of yourself. But let a decision come out of you. No more self abandoning. Because self trust isn't built when everything goes according to your plan. It is built when you experience the positives and negatives of life. And if you have been living by these patterns for years, where you keep doubting yourself, adjusting yourself, suppressing your emotions, abandoning what you actually want just to feel accepted, understood, or safe, then this is the exact moment where you can find and break all these patterns in a 2-day live experience. Yes, I have created a 2-day self-devotion live experience called Break 20 Years of Emotional Patterns in just 2 days, where we work on these patterns and start bringing you back into a relationship with yourself. If you feel like you are ready to stop repeating the same emotional patterns and actually start experiencing this life from your own inner guidance, then I'll attach a link for you in the description to this video. Before you go, I would genuinely love to know what was the one conversation that you have been replaying in your head. Share it in the comment section below. With that, I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, start coming closer to your inner self every single day.